So the Google Pixel 9a was just released, and it does offer a unique mid-range option. It was released today, March 19th, 2025 for $499. It distinguishes itself from previous Pixel A phones with a unique, almost flat design achieved by prioritizing improved thermals and a larger 5100 mAh battery. Now, it features a 6.3-inch 1080p by 2424 OLED display with a peak brightness, get this, of 2700 nits. That's just as bright as the Pixel 9 Pro XL. It boasts a 48 megapixel main sensor, similar to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold's offering. It also has 8x super res zoom in macro focus, along with a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and it's got a 13 megapixel selfie front sensor. Now, the Pixel 9a includes various enhancement camera features like Add Me, Best Take, Photo and Blur, Magic Editor, Audio Magic Eraser, and a new panorama mode with night sight, plus improved battery life. Google says exceeding 30 hours on a single charge, and supports 23-watt wired charging. Now, this is powered by the Tensor G4 chip with 8 gigabytes of RAM and available in 128 gigs or 256 gig storage options. The Pixel 9a runs on Android 15 and promises 7 years of operating system and security updates, incorporating features like Face Unlock, an optical fingerprint sensor, and Google's VPN. However, it lacks a Gemini Advanced subscription, and its release date today was slightly delayed due to a component quality issue, which we will get into. Let's go. So, the Google Pixel 9a has officially been announced as the company's mid-range smartphone for 2025, right? Priced just under $500 for the 128 gig model and $599 for the 256 gig variant. The design feels distinct from previous models with a front that resembles the Pixel 9 but features thicker bezels. Now, the display, as we mentioned, it is a 6.3-inch Actua P OLED display with a resolution of 1080p by 2424 and a pixel density of 422 ppi, peaking at 2700 nits, right? Now, that is a 35% increase over last generation Pixel 8a. It has a smooth display refresh rate of up to 120 Hz and is protected by Gorilla Glass 3. The phone features a satin metal frame in a matte plastic back, available in standard colors, right? The usual Pixel colors, the obsidian, porcelain, alongside with peony, which I still don't know what that is, and iris. But to put it in layman terms, they have a white, they have a black, they have a pink, and they have a blue. I wish they would just name it that. Enhancements include improved water and dust resistance, rated at IP68, compared to last year's Pixel 8a, which was rated at IP67. Notably, the Pixel 9a has a unique rear design with a stylish pill-shaped camera bump instead of a prominent camera bar, inspired by water droplets, contributing to a more streamlined look. Google aimed for a non-flat design, focusing on better thermals and an increased battery size, eventually leading to a design that appears almost flat. The camera system includes 48 megapixel main lens with quad PD dual pixel capabilities and image stabilization, offering 8x super res zoom and video macro focus. It also features a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera on the back and 13 megapixel selfie camera on the front. It basically has all the camera options that its bigger brothers, the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and Pixel 9 Pro Fold have inside the camera application. It just has slightly different sensors, but same operations, same options inside of the camera application, if that makes sense. Now, powering this Pixel 9a is the Tensor G4 chip. Again, same one you can find in the more expensive models. It's accompanied by 8 gigs of RAM, Now, they do offer a 256 gig variant. Thank you, Lord. But the steal of the show, what I'm focused on, is the battery. So this is the biggest battery Google has ever put in any mobile device, at 5,100 milliamp per hour battery. Now, they're saying it provides over 30 hours of continuous usage. So this should be a 2-day phone, right? This should be a battery king, I'm assuming, right? Well, at least let's hope so. And we'll probably get one to test it out. But charging specifications include 23 watts wired charging and 7.5 watts for wireless charging. So it has wireless charging for those wireless charging lovers out there, not me. It runs on Android 15. You will be able to run the beta program on this device as with all other Pixels. It's going to get 7 years of operating system updates, security updates. Now, the face unlock and optical fingerprint sensor are the same sensors found on the more expensive Pixel models. Additional features include Google's VPN, Pixel screenshots, studio, weather functionalities, all those cool functions you have in the more expensive model. So the initial launch date of the Pixel 9a was delayed. That's correct. So if you actually go to Google's website, it's weird because they announced it, but you can't buy it. Unlike all the other Pixels, whenever Google announces a device, officially announces, unveils a new product, it's ready to purchase on their website. Unlike this 9A this morning, it was announced, but when you go to the website, it says sign up and we'll let you know when it's ready. So it was delayed due to a quality issue affecting a small number of devices. The phone will be available in regions including the US, Canada, several European countries, and parts of Asia Pacific, such as Australia, Japan, India, stuff like that, places like that. Now, the quality issue affecting a small number of devices, that's a official statement that Google put out just a couple hours ago. We don't know what that quality issue is. Could it be, I doubt it's anything major. Again, they're pretty damn good with their, well, at least the last couple years have been pretty damn good with quality control as far as the actual build, the hardware. It could be something as simple as maybe the IP68 rating, maybe the glue that they used to glue the screen wasn't fully incorporated around 360 degrees of inside the display. Who knows? They didn't say, but it is a shame. Hopefully it won't be delayed for much longer, because I can tell you, Pixel lovers should get a good phone, right? This will be a good phone. But when you look at the landscape of your offerings, you might have some better offerings out there. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, the Pixel A series is kind of in a weird spot. Now, we got word that the Pixel 10 series that's coming up, the base model, the Pixel 10, is going to get 3 camera sensors this year. So the base model Pixel 9 just has 2, and then when you get to the Pro models, that's when they introduce 3 sensors. Well, next year Google's going to put a 3rd sensor on their base model Pixel 10, trying to differentiate itself from the cheaper A versions, because right now the A version is in a weird spot. It's a mid-range price, but when you look at other options out there, not even leaving Pixel, right? Just staying in the Pixel world, it's going to be an interesting choice, because you can get a base Google Pixel 9 for the same price. Now, I'll explain in a second, but look at all the other offerings. You have the Pixel 3, you have the Nothing Phone 3A. That's $379 brand new. That's $200 cheaper than the 9A. I know it's not, Pixel quality, especially on the cameras, but that is an option. The Pixel of the Nothing Phone 3A Pro, that's $459. The OnePlus 13R, that is a absolute fabulous device at a like price. I think you can get one of those. And now for $699, and that's the base model. 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage with the OnePlus 13R, and you're going to be paying $699 for the Pixel 9a with 256 gigs of storage. Now, obviously, you're going to comprise some quality when it comes to the photo and video department, but talk about a beast of a phone at a relatively good price. That's going to be a hard decision for a lot of people. You can stay in the same Pixel world and get a like and or better device for the same price. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, the Pixel 9 series is only 6 months old. Now, this base model, we're going to go base models. We're going to go Pixel 9a versus Pixel 9. Why would you buy the Pixel 9a if you can get a Pixel 9 for the same price? Now, hear me out. Brand new base model, 128 gig for both Pixel 9a, Pixel 9. $499 for the Pixel 9a, $799 for the Pixel 9. Now, timeout. I know what you're thinking. What do you mean? You can get one for about the same price. If the Pixel 9 brand new, $799, why would you buy that when you can get a Pixel 9a for $499 and it has pretty similar specifications? Well, here's the deal. You don't have to buy brand new, right? You can get on Swappa. I'm going to post some photos of their price list for the Pixel 9. You can get a nice used, very lightly used Pixel 9 for the same price as a Pixel 9a. Now, let's look at the differences, right? So both the 9a and the Pixel 9 have a 6.3 inch, both have 6.3 inch Actua displays, right? Both peak brightness 2700 nits. Now, here's where there is a small difference is in the cameras. Don't get it wrong. The Pixel 9a will take fantastic photos. Google, I can promise you, is going to sprinkle their pixel dust all over the camera app, and you're going to get some fantastic photos and videos from the 9a. You can sign, sealed, delivered. You can stamp that as guaranteed. Now, dual rear camera on the Pixel 9a, 48 megapixel, 13 megapixel. Over on the Pixel 9, you got a 50 megapixel and 48 megapixel. Now, on the front sensor, now megapixels aren't everything, but here's another difference. On the front camera on the 9a, you get a 13 megapixel. The front camera on the Pixel 9, you get a 10.5 megapixel. Now, that has autofocus on the front sensor of the Pixel 9. The Pixel 9a is not listed with autofocus on the front sensor. If you take a lot of selfies or do a lot of vlogging, that may, come into play. Now, you can both get the Pixel 9a and Pixel 9 in 128 and 256 gig variants. Here's the real difference in my eyes, is the RAM. The Pixel 9a only comes with 8 gigs of RAM. It does not matter if you get the 128 or 256. Now, the Pixel 9 comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM. Remember, the 16 gigs in the Pixels is only reserved for the Pro model. So Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, Pixel 9 Pro Fold, you get 16 gigs of RAM. The base model Pixel 9, just 12. But 12 is much better than 8 gigs on the 9a. So RAM is obviously good for AI, heavy multitaskers. If you use your phone a lot, if you business, you're looking forward to using AI, I would go with the Pixel 9. Now, battery life, you're going to get better battery life with the 9a. Biggest battery ever put in any Google Pixel device ever, at 5,100 milliamp per hour battery. It's huge. That is rated at over 30 hours of battery life, which is insane, but not too shabby, not too far behind the Pixel 9, 24 hours rated. So not a bad deal. My personal choice would be go with the Pixel 9. I'm going to put a link. You can get a good used Pixel 9 again for $499, right? I think the lowest one they had on Swappa was $380. Like, go with the Pixel 9, thank me later. But hopefully Google can work on differentiating these two models, because for far too long, for so many years, I don't even see the point of buying an A series device, right? Just get the base model Pixel flagship for that year, and trust and thank me later, quite honestly. So that'll do it for today. Just wanted to get out there. The Pixel 9a was officially released. If you got any questions, if you got any comments, concerns, hit me up in the comments. Let me know which one are you going to choose, Pixel 9a or Pixel 9. Peace.